This is the murder of Pastor Brodes Perry. Pastor Brodes Perry was born in 1983 in Memphis, Tennessee. He is a third-generational pastor, and he's also a graduate of A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida. While at A&M, Pastor Perry majored in healthcare administration, but his true passion was serving in the church. He counted on God throughout his lifetime to guide his steps. However, no one is perfect, and he did have his shortcomings. On the outside looking in, Pastor Brodes Perry seemed as if he had it all. He was a young, upcoming pastor in the community that was beloved by so many. He had a beautiful wife, Tabitha Perry, whom he seemed to have a strong relationship with. But something dark was glooming over their relationship. A secret that Pastor Brodes Perry was keeping would be exposed into the light and shock everyone in his community. On April 4, 2019, at the Marion Park apartment in Coralville, Tennessee, police were called to the area around 10:30 p.m. Officers said a man and a woman were shot in what appeared to be a domestic situation. Brodes Perry, the associate pastor at Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church, was killed. His wife was also injured in the shooting. Police arrested LaTasha Daniels and charged her with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, assault on a police officer, and resisting arrest. Investigators said that LaTasha Daniels arrived at the apartment of Pastor Brodes Perry on Thursday evening. His wife Tabitha let her in. Initially, the pastor was not there, but Tabitha viewed Daniels as both she and her husband acquaintance. So they sat and talked for a while until Pastor Perry arrived. Tabitha and her husband knew LaTasha Daniels from their time that they spent living in Little Rock, Arkansas. When Pastor Perry did arrive, the trio sat and talked in their apartment for about 10 minutes before LaTasha reportedly started to leave the apartment. While the couple were escorting LaTasha Daniels to the front door, she removed a handgun from her jacket and began to shoot Pastor Perry several times, according to the arrest affidavits. Perry's wife told investigator Daniels repeatedly said, "You broke my heart," while she was shooting him. The affidavit also stated that Mrs. Perry then started to scream for help and bang on the neighbor's door to call the police. LaTasha Daniels was allegedly walking towards the kitchen when she re-entered the apartment. As the pastor's wife knelt down to check on her husband, Daniels shot her in the shoulder and told her to get out of the way. Police said that Daniel would not put down the gun when they arrived, so an officer shot her with one round from a less lethal shotgun to disarm. Daniel was taken to Baptist Memorial Hospital in Coralville. After being treated, police said Daniel tried to run away from officers when she was getting discharged from the hospital. When police told LaTasha Daniels to place her hands behind her back, she allegedly jerked away, shoved the officers, and ran out of her room down to the emergency room hallway. Officer yelled for her to stop, but she continued through the door leading to the ICU part of the hospital, according to the arrest affidavit. Police caught up to her, but Danielle then allegedly grabbed an officer's shirt and started swinging, hitting one officer, according to the CPD. Eventually, officers were able to roll her over on her stomach and place her under arrest. The murder of Pastor Brodes Perry left his community, family, and friends shocked and heartbroken. No one had expected something like this to happen to their pastor, much less alone one of his former members to do it. Tabitha Perry had no knowledge or suspected anything going on between LaTasha Daniels and her husband until that fatal night when her husband was killed and she was shot. One can only imagine the amount of emotion going through her at once. Not only does she feel betrayed, but she also feels sad because she just lost her husband. There was so much confusion surrounding her at that moment as to why this woman wanted to kill her husband. What was she really saying out of her mouth when she said that he broke her heart? It was just something so devastating and such a hard pill to swallow in the midst of everything that was going on around them. Court records show that Latasha Daniels was a certified anger management specialist and was a member of Pastor Perry's former church in Little Rock, Arkansas. The two also worked together at a non-profit organization. It is unclear when their relationship started and how long it lasted for. Pastor Brodes Perry, the associate pastor at Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church, was living a double life of adultery and deceit until the fateful day of April 4th, 2019. It was his second marriage, but he was in an unholy union with the emotion of a single lady. Latasha, unfortunately, her scorn cost him his life and got his wife wounded. Both parties was equally to blame. The only innocent victim in all of this is Tabitha Perry, who did not know that her husband was being deceitful to her. It's a tragedy that someone had to lose their life. Latasha knew that Brodes did not belong to her and that he was already a committed man. She chose to enter and intercept into someone else's marriage. And so she got the result that is expected. And when she wasn't pleased by what she had received, she turned violent. Latasha Daniels had 3 academic degrees, including a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, a Master's of Social Work from the University of Arkansas of Little Rock, and a Doctor of Social Work with a specialization in criminal justice at Walden University underneath her belt. She also founded Link of Love, a non-profit organization, in June 2017. All her qualification and professional experience flew out the window when her emotions got the better part of her. Her troubled heart took control and brought her to allegedly shoot her lover. There's so much to learn from this tragedy. It is better to remain single and be alive or be married and stay faithful. My prayers and condolences goes out to the family and friends and associates of Pastor Perry. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Until next time on a Meaningful Talk Crime Doc, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the comment section.